In the heart of the ancient Oceanic kingdom, where the rhythm of life pulsed with the beat of tradition, lived a young man named KETU who lived in two worlds. His days were a tapestry woven with the threads of the ordinary and the extraordinary. He was the keeper of a secret that defied the laws of the physical world. But little did KETU know that his love for Soma, his brother's wife, would lead to a tragedy that would change their lives forever. No one in the village knew that KETU possessed a gateway to another realm, a hidden dimension accessible through a peculiar, earthen pot. It was a portal to a world beyond imagination, a place where time flowed differently, and magic was as tangible as the air one breathes. KETU was not just a simple farmer in the Oceanic kingdom. In secret, he had access to a hidden world, a realm entirely different from the earth, where no one could reach him. His room, filled with ancient markings and strange symbols, held the key to this realm, a glowing pot that granted him passage. While KETU wandered between worlds, his brother Buso, a man of peace and simplicity, fell in love with a beautiful woman named Soma. Soma, radiant and kind, had always been admired secretly by KETU, but she had no idea of his feelings. When Buso married her, KETU's heart burned with jealousy, but his love remained hidden. 18 months passed, Soma and Buso welcomed a son together, and this made KETU's resentment grow, for Buso and Soma's life together was everything KETU had longed for. He realized that he could never be with Soma while she was married to Buso. And so, a dark plan formed in his mind. He would take Soma away to his secret world, a place where she would be his and his alone. One fateful morning, when Buso was away hunting in the forest, KETU saw his chance. He stormed into Soma's house while she was tending to her baby on a mat, and before she could scream, grabbed her and pulled her into his room. The neighbors had already gone to the market, and no one could hear her cries for help. KETU was determined. This was the only way to have her. In his room, KETU blindfolded her and dipped his hand into the glowing pot, and with a flash, they were no longer in the village. Soma found herself in an alien world, a place where the air shimmered with strange lights and creatures moved like shadows. She couldn't understand it. Everything felt wrong. When Buso returned from the hunt and found his child crying on the mat alone and his wife nowhere to be found, panic took over. He searched for days, weeks, and even months, traveling from village to village, asking everyone, but no one knew where Soma had gone. His heart was shattered, but he kept going, determined to bring his beloved wife back. In the months that would follow, Soma wept bitterly for her husband and child. KETU couldn't pacify her. She starved herself for many days and would not speak to KETU. Days slipped into weeks, weeks stretched into months, and months faded into years. In time, Buso lost all hope of ever finding his beloved again. The years that followed were devoted to raising and cherishing their son, who became the only reminder of the woman he had once loved. During the years that followed, KETU played the part of a dutiful brother, visiting the village from time to time. He feigned ignorance about Soma's disappearance, consoling Buso, and no one ever suspected him. He was calm, composed, and quiet, blending into the life of Oceanic kingdom, hiding his secret well. Life in the other realm was harsh for Soma. She was alone, surrounded by strange people who spoke a language she couldn't understand. She had no choice but to live with KETU, for there was no escape. She became his wife and gave birth to 2 children, but in her heart, she could never love KETU. She longed for her home, for Buso, for the life she had once known. 25 years passed after Soma's abduction, and Ketu prepared to return to the earthly realm once again as usual. But this time, Soma had been watching him closely. She saw him dip his hand into the pot, and for the first time, she understood the truth. Ketu was not just her captor, but a man with the power to travel between worlds. She was horrified. With trembling hands but a burning resolve, Soma took her two now teenage children and followed Ketu's steps. They all dipped their hands into the pot, and in a blink, they were back in Orsini Kingdom. The world they knew had changed, but the truth was finally revealed. The villagers gasped as they saw her, shocked, terrified, and curious. And so, the tale of Ketu's betrayal began to unfold. The truth spread like wildfire through the kingdom. Ketu's secret was exposed, and the people of Orsini, in their anger and disbelief, exiled him from their land. He was to leave, never to return. His desire for Soma had cost him everything: his home, his family, and his honor. Soma's reunion with her people was bittersweet. Though Ketu was gone, the damage was done. Soma and Buso could never be what they once were. The years between them had torn their bond apart, and though they still cared for each other, their love could never be rekindled. We must learn that true love is never about possession or control. Love should not be about owning someone or dictating their lives. It is about mutual respect, trust, and freedom. Ketu's actions serve as a painful reminder of how a possessive type of love can wreak havoc on the lives of everyone involved. His obsessive desire to have Soma and take her away from her husband destroyed not just his own life, but also the lives of Soma and Buso. None of them truly enjoyed true love in their lifetime. The consequences of his possessive love were far-reaching, leaving behind a trail of heartache and destruction. Real love thrives in an environment of trust and mutual respect, where both individuals can grow and flourish without fear of being controlled or stifled. Hope you found this story as intriguing as I did. If it left you thinking, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share with your friends. There's plenty more where that came from. So stick around for more exciting stories. Thanks for watching.